Stangem in the house with John on March 14th on a Tuesday, 2023. Man, what a crazy market today.
Yeah, up and down, up and down,
Crazy.
up and down.
I'm telling you what, boy, there was some big swings.
Oh yeah,
Big swings.
oh yeah. It's pretty interesting. Let's start with what we start off with every day. Let's start off with the yearly again, and see where we're at on the yearly, and has it changed? Has it changed, Dobbs?
Nah,
Has anything changed? I mean,
I don't know. We might have got the big green candle today. Let's see what happens.
I think we did.
See if we got it. We asked for it last night on the recap. Let's see if we got it.
What happened?
I said we asked for the big green candle last night on recap, so let's see if we got it.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I'm kind of, that candle went green at the end of the day, I guess. You got it, that close of the day was kind of odd. There's an injection of liquidity into the market at the end of the day. Were we headed for this candle? Yes, absolutely. Did some news come out? Possibly, and they saved it off the news, I guess. Not really a big deal, the news, I guess. But look where we're at right now. And I mean, realistically, I think we were going to go up here and test this before, at least into the end of the day.
News? What kind of news you talking about?
We had the drone that was shot.
Oh, drone. Yeah, that was probably a.
And it was
somebody put that up in the air, probably just to cause all this.
Possibly
for the market.
Let's go on to 30 minutes, see where it happened. So,
Good
I mean,
Lord, what a candle.
London's close range. We're still in the same range from Friday. Same range.
Yep.
Same absolutely range. Okay, so overnight, what we do? Overnight, we started to drift upward.
Yep. Supposed to roll over, but it didn't.
I mean, rolled over into midnight. Rolled over right here.
Yeah, half back held.
So boom. And we had from the previous day, we still had our rotation that held up. High, low, half back.
Yep.
High, low, half back. So still had high, low. No matter how you put it, if I take the candles themselves, right? High, low, half back. Even if it's the wicks, and this is a 30-minute chart. So what were they buying?
Yeah, last night I was watching this right here. I was hoping to see continuation down, but I told everybody in the room, if half back holds, that play's invalidated and we are going to the upside.
Yeah, I mean,
that's exactly what happened. So
you could have seen it as a sell from here to here into midnight.
Yep.
And then we just came right back to the lows, as you see. So yeah, there was a sell there, but it was into midnight. So if the trend was upward from the high low half back, the play was into midnight to be selling, because it's up. If it's up during Asia, it's going to come down after midnight, so they could get the same price basically.
Yeah.
And here goes London right here, getting the same price. Which here you had
high, everybody low, got it. Back. Yeah, even New York came down and got it.
You got high, low, half back right here. They started buying. I think I said in the chat, I said they keep buying. London's closed. This is probably going to rip. And we had targets ahead. We hit all the targets on the way up on this. This was an easy play. Everybody should have seen this off high, low, half back. And then you could just take high, low, half back, right? I know we see London's close right here, right? We see London's close range right there, right? But when we're doing a rotation, if we hit high, low, and we're holding half back, the possibility is that we're probably going to go see the highs again. And that's just what we did. So even though we hit that 26 and took off, I think I was calling 26 as into the play, into the report.
So it's going to be interesting what we got now. Now we had a high, low. Now we at half back.
Yep. So now we have this situation right here where I think they saved the market from coming down. We do have a gap that we had to address. So it's literally a issue right here because we never closed this gap. This is the gap down here.
Yeah, New York didn't close it.
And right here, Wick, but this was in New York's open. And then right now we have this situation.
Was it New York's open?
Yeah, no, this is 8:30. This is when
I was gonna say that's news, ain't it?
Yeah, when the news came out. So when the news came out on this report, let's go. You gotta understand, like when the news came out, this shot down and came back up and held here. Like it literally went both sides, but we didn't have a huge candle. So when we have the huge candle, as usually we got to return back to price. Like that. If we had candles like this, we will come back to price, right? The fact that this did come back here, there's something. I mean, there's London's close was at the high, and we talked about like we're not looking for a breakout.
But look at here though. Maybe this is why it shot up. Maybe they're at low high halfback again.
Well, it shot up too. Like there's nobody in this. This is the problem with this play. There's nobody in this play. So 15:30, like this literally.
They just squeeze all the shorts out of it.
Yeah, they just
as many as they could.
Yep. And possibly just because of that news, they squeezed them out. But realistically, from London's close, this trended down heavy. And then when that news popped, I think we were supposed to bounce here, and that news came out around this time right here. It actually came out on this candle down, and then it popped up, and everybody sold this. As you see right here, they sold this, and then they kept selling it. It dipped down, came back up, they kept selling it, and they sold it down to here. And I think we were supposed to come down here, but I don't think they wanted it to come down there. Maybe because we got another report tomorrow, core price indexes tomorrow. So maybe they'll use that as an excuse to come down, and possibly hit this target, hit that target, and then make a decision what they want to do. On the yearly, we did hold this price right here. Wait a minute, not that. Yeah, we held this 06, which is if you go back on the yearly, that's literally where it's fifth, it's halfback, high, low, halfback. It's literally high, low, halfback. And if I take this low, oh boy. Yeah, if I take that low, right? Take this low and I take this last high, it's literally almost the same price. So it doesn't, it's $29, the other one's 26, so it's off by 3 points. But the fact that at the end of the day, we did this kind of dipped under it and then came up above it. And as the report came out, it wicked up and down, and then we traded above it. It was very bullish until I guess we got up to London's open, London's close, took profit, right? I think we were going to come back down because we never really tested halfback on the move up. So this move up just burst above halfback at 26. And is it 26? Let me get rid of this line. Boom. There you go. As you see on all time frames, this really didn't touch 26. So when it came down here, they were ready to buy. Because if we couldn't hold the highs and we couldn't hold half of it, we were going to come back and there was reason to come back down here, possibly to hold this halfback. And I could have seen it. It is literally doing what it should have done. So if you take this high and that low, right, and that's halfback, look where it's at. There's the problem with it right now. That price, this candle, possibly the 1 o'clock candle, we should have traded higher into this range. And then tomorrow we had the decision. But don't get caught up in what it just did, because I feel like where it is at right here, it's literally a move down.
This direction, maybe?
It could be a move down to close that gap. And the reason I say that is, let's look at that yearly again. This hasn't changed trend yet. So in order for this to change the trend or do something different than it has, we felt this this high, right? We still haven't got above this high, and we're, you know, this end of day move is up to here. So let's say a scenario, regardless how it looks, we still need to what? To hold a halfback. So 24 will be key again, which will be London's close, which is literally what we should have been doing all day. London's halfback. It has to hold London's halfback. But just think of the scenario of it. We had that report, right? And we come back down here, and then we close this gap here, and then we come back up to test that halfback like this, or we go above it. We go above it just to close the gap. Do we need to close that gap? I'm not really sure we will. Can we just come back to that halfback and take off possibly?
You know, they might wait till the end of the week to come back to that gap.
Yeah, we could. This move could continue up, and the reason it could continue up is possibly, I don't know. It's tough right now. It's got a couple of situations that are wrong with it, and that's just this move at the end of the day is one of them. The other one that's a big issue with me of what it did is on this chart. Watch, because of what, and it's not necessarily a bad situation. It's probably more bullish than anything. It's this right here. So right here on this chart, right? Which is it the same? I mean, it has the same price movement, but it's not the same. Yeah, it's the same. This is the 200, and we went and tested it. London tested it and then dropped it below it. New York did not test the 200 yesterday. We did test the 200 today, but into the close we sold off from it, and now we're above it. So can that make people want to buy this and create a squeeze? Yeah, they could squeeze this. Now, if they're looking to squeeze it, they could get it all the way up here. You know, because we got
overall halfback up there at 96 on that whole week move last week.
You mean up here, like
way up there? 96.
I mean, even the London close range. Like if we get London's close range, our next move up is 151, right? Where will 151 lay on? It lays at 15.
Yeah, up here. 96 is halfback.
So can we get a squeeze up there to 15 like this into that report?
And then try to hold 96 maybe?
Possibly, yeah.
Or 55.
I mean, once we get above that London's close range, like that's kind of it right here. Now this is wrong because this is on the yearly. But let's look at the yearly too, where's that is. They're messing with it a lot. So if we get above this price that we hit, the 73, London's close range is right there at 70. We're literally closing in on it. It's 45. I mean, it's 40.15 to the top side and then 40.59 to the top.
And we are at the low. So
yeah,
they're probably buying. Or we should be looking for buys, I should say.
So say that we look, this is a price that we could go back to. And remember, this is big sell-off. And that's the sell-off from was this the reports? This was the banks, right?
I guess.
Yeah, this was the bank on Thursday into Friday. This was the bank sell-off. Yeah, this was the bank sell-off at the highs. So can we go sweep that? Possibly. London's close range. Well,
I thought this was the bank.
Nah, this is Monday.
Banks come out on Monday.
No. The bank news was this Thursday when they sold it off.
You sure?
Yeah, this was the big aggravated sell-off. This was when we were about to flip to the upside, and we did it. And then after London's closed, they just sold it, and it just kept going. Look at it. It was just a complete sell-off, and then this was continuation for the day into Friday. And then this was, we're saving the banks on the weekend. It popped up. This was the meeting that, hey, we're going to save the banks. And then London sold it. This is where we're at right now. Which, I mean, we did hit it on this chart. We hit it. See, all the charts are different. So if I put this other chart up here, look where we're at. We haven't even hit the every chart is different because of this this contract rollover. The 200.
They're all going to match up somewhere.
Yeah,
what price you think they're going to match at?
You see, the thing with this one is that the 200 doesn't even show up on a chart because there's less data.
Right.
And that's the problem too, to look at this chart.
Right.
But if you're looking at the other one,
the front month chart,
the old month one,
the regular MES. Have you tried this regular MES?
Yeah, that's the one I just had up.
All right. Yeah, that's the front month one.
This one trades the same price. You don't need.
Yeah, because it always trades the front month, always.
Yeah, but you still have like all that data on here where.
Yeah.
And how they have it right now above that 200 is very dangerous. And this is literally a halfback. Like, what halfback is that? Let's see. I remove all these studies all the time. Now I don't know what colors I put everything at. I think that's the low of the yeah, that's the low right there. You see? And that's a problem. Because this is literally where the bank sold off from, and now we're back to that area. So say that we go over here and they're rubbing off that bank thing. Like, we're literally fixing ourselves like this. And then if we do that scenario and we get above the 50 again, the scenario is still burning into March 31st. Like, they're going to rip this up into March 31st. This down here was the bank sell-off, and look how it looks. That doesn't even look right, Dobbs. Look at that.
Yeah. Ugly.
It is.
It's like a tulip. Looks like we got a tulip pattern going.
Not again.
I'm going to come up with the tulip pattern. Y'all see it? Y'all see the tulip?
Let's fix this up. Let's fix this up. Let's fix this up.
Let me draw the tulip. You want me to draw the tulip? Look here. Look at this nice, pretty tulip right here. Y'all see it?
It was actually very bullish last night if you think about it, Dobbs. It held halfback and we were above 151. Look,
nice tulip.
Look, Dobbs, we returned right back to 151 last night.
Yep.
Held it and
15,
took off.
Yep, around that 15.
So maybe they are breaking. I mean, maybe they're just fixing themselves because of this.
I mean, we are at the lows. I mean, we're at the low. So
let's fix the range up and then see where we fall.
But it's bushy. It's odd that we are still in Friday's range, though. We have not.
But I think we were supposed to go up until that news came out from the banks.
So it's trying to fix itself.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to fix themselves, and it's the problem. Like, all these contracts are different, Dobbs. It's very annoying. You gotta stick to one.
Yep. Whichever one you're using, you better stick with it.
Because look at that. We didn't get close that high. We came to the low side, and then we held this halfback. I think I'm going to stick with this one, Dobbs. It's still the front runner, right?
Yeah.
The price will never change.
Yep, that's the front runner.
But we're not hitting targets neither. Kind of odd.
That's kind of odd.
Look at it. But that's all the contract switching over and everything. And we knew that possibility was going to happen. Well, we'll see what it does. Right now, we do have a gap that we haven't closed down here. Do we have to close it? Absolutely not. This could be the gap that they leave behind to save the market when it comes back down here. And we're still at the same price at 38.50, which is that issue that it's been on a yearly. Like, that's the area where they keep buying this. So right down here, that 38.50 area is literally this halfback right here. If you take this high and this low, We're a halfback. Boom, right there. They literally bought that dip down there. We're still buying that candle, and we have the possibility of this high low again, Dobbs. Holy
I
moly.
mean, look at it. We're just making higher lows, man. We're gradually making it. We're gradually making it.
But look at this candle. We're about to get above this candle again. Well, this is the test too, Dobbs, right here. I mean, we just tested that high low right there on the yearly.
You know, I told you that candle was very concerning to me.
Which one, that big one?
That big one.
Yeah, it's the one that's been keeping the market up
This
the
is
whole
the
time.
one, right?
When we were above here, they were buying it. When they were above here, they were buying the high. They bought the high here. They bought the high here, and now we're below it. So there's a lot of stuff going on right here. Look,
this one's showing a different story.
Yeah, so we could be failing here because that's high. But did we test it yesterday too? And now we're testing
out that candle either. So
now could the Feds have seen this and today said that no, we're not letting the market tank right now. At the end of the day, look, we got very close to it. I mean, if let me go to it and make sure that that's the price. Look,
yeah, they wanted to hold that 3,900 for some reason.
Oh, they're trying to get this thing to go up. We hit that 2 days in a row. Look, that's dead on right there, Dobbs.
Oh, they sold it twice, if I'm right there.
Yeah, but now you're looking at it as like you sold it twice.
So,
we went underneath the 200. At the end of the day, this thing was at the lows right here.
But are they building position here to make the rip?
If we get above this, it's ripping.
But to me, we're in a low high halfback sweep. Even though trend is down, we started to make the turn right here. We had a low, we had a high halfback, we swept. That means we got to hold. We got to hold here. Definitely got to hold there. I don't know what the price is, but we got to hold.
It could
looks like around 25.
Yep.
24 or 24 number,
which is literally the halfback that I was just talking about.
24, 55, 96. So you see how everything kind of lays out on the big picture.
That is very key right there.
So it looks like 24 needs to hold.
It's we're gonna have a ripping market upward.
And it's probably a halfback too, ain't it? Probably a candle halfback.
Well, this is the scenario that we could have, Dobbs. We could have a ripping market, right? Or we're going to have a big tank because this halfback's not going to hold anymore. It's going to literally go through that halfback like butter. And, I mean, destination for it is all the way down here.
Well, let's look at it. We just took out up here. So we just took out the high. So we got a high, low. This is probably halfback right here, more than likely. They're just slow rolling it, maybe, because we should come see
the big
drop. Low.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just slow rolling it.
It's a possibility. They keep shorting the highs. Today's move up there, they sold it. London's close sold it. They're not very convinced of what's going on. But when this drops right here, this could drop very massively. And our target for it is down here. We haven't touched this halfback right here. Oh, have we? Oh, we did touch that halfback, Dobbs. Did we touch we touched every halfback on the way down though.
Yeah.
We
talked about that yesterday.
That could literally just be a straight sell-off. There's nothing that could hold it back up. I guess we're gonna see what it does, but it doesn't matter. All we do is set up. It was a hell of a day into the report. Nobody trade after the report. You could trade for what it's doing at the time of the report. So going into this report, this is the report time right here. You could trade this. This is still displaying along. Why? London bought it, right? London bought it right here. Got 3 a.m. Take 30-minute candle. 15-minute candle if you want. Take that high low, at least 30 minutes. Look what we did. They just bought everything. Boom. What I do is that. Boom. Hit target right before the report. So if you were buying here, you were good, right? They weren't selling it. If you were buying at the lows, you were good. You had a couple buys here that were legit. You could have bought off all those halfbacks. Shoot, they had halfbacks here that were holding, and then it literally just took off. When it started doing this, it was a good takeoff. I think I said right here I was buying. 02, I added on a dip on one of these candles at 04 right here. And I had 03 as my thing, and I literally covered with 10 points. I really didn't want to move this up any further up. But everything above Stangem line, it was a long into the report. At New York Open, it only displayed a long. There is no selling candles here. You could have took this halfback long. You could have took this halfback long. Risk the low this one when you're in it. Take this halfback long. Risk the low this one. This halfback long right here, risk the low that one. This halfback long, risk the low this one. And you literally got 5 or 10 points on this whole move into London's close. London's close then projected us with a sell. London's close right here. A doji too. When you saw that doji, you're like, oh boy, something's going on. Once we got underneath the range, under 200, there's something going on. We had plenty of time to 1 o'clock.
And big money. That's what happened.
And then you had halfback failed. Halfback failed.
Probably 6 o'clock candle, 7
halfback
o'clock candle. They probably want to touch it.
Big halfback fail. In fact, we went right back to down here. You could have traded back into this halfback that never touched. So if you're looking
at in the 6 o'clock candle, I believe they did. You're 7 o'clock.
Yeah, if you're looking at a chart, look, this price right. Well, that's why I said that they were going for a sell-off, because once we passed this halfback, right? Look how it goes. We were going underneath, and we came right back above after we swept, and we started failing that halfback. Failed that halfback. This was
should have failed whole number. We should have failed it.
It should have failed there. They had as low as 4.
Remember, me and you talked earlier. I said this thing's headed to 88, and
they just
did a screeching halt right there.
Yep. And it was really like they used London's close range. I don't understand why, but they did use London's close range on a different. You see, that's the thing. There are different ranges on every chart because of this whole witching thing that they're doing. It's kind of tough to say that.
Well, we do know we're at the lows, so we know that they're wanting to buy. Because we just came from the high. So where are we going? We want to go to a halfback, do we not? And we know 96 is our halfback from that high up there to the left to our low down here. If you put fibs on it, I'm pretty sure it's 96 right above right there.
Where right
we didn't get to today. Yeah, so if you put a fib from this high and this low, I guarantee you 96 is halfback. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm right.
No, it's right there, Dobbs.
55?
Yeah, 55. It's the 200 moving average right now.
All right. Well, I was going by the 96 because we failed 96 way up there. And
I think you're looking like this. Hold on.
But you're on the new contract, so it's 55. On the old, it's 96.
Hold on. This is the old contract. Well, that's weird. That the same high? That is the same high. I'm a big dummy. Hold on, let me move it to 30 minutes so we get more data. Here it goes. Here, there's the high.
No. Yep.
Still the same shit.
Yeah, but you're on the new contract there.
Yeah. I don't know.
The old contract, I think, was 96, was halfback.
I think they do this on purpose with these contracts so people lose focus of
where they're at.
Yeah. And that's the problem. Price-wise, it's...
But price don't mean nothing.
Price don't mean nothing, but they're trying to hide whatever they're doing. So by the time you look at this, we're going to be...
They're trying to be deceptive.
We're in the same place. That's the problem with this chart. We're in the same place. And it's a green day. But today seemed like a big red day. So they're hiding something, you know? Like realistically, look, we went back to this halfback and we didn't fail this halfback. on this daily. On this daily,
Big, yeah, big green day, but yet we're
green, and we're at the highs again. And look, we didn't feel that we're rejecting this halfback, right? But why, if we reject this halfback, why are we up here? Why weren't we down here? Because if this opens up and it goes up here, it's literally going to go up here. And that's 96. That's sweeping 97, 96 up here. See? So we go 96 and then we come back to 24.
Yeah, and that's a 4-hour halfback too, where we at right now.
That's literally what they're going to do, Dobbs. Look.
We are at a 4-hour halfback. Or
look at this. Look at the scenario that they're doing, right? It goes to 96. Look where it's going to come back to. 57.
55.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going to go there.
Yeah.
So what are they trying? They're trying to hide it to make it look like this, like it's going to come up here, sweep, come back down, hold this half back.
And they're just trying to hold it.
And then what are we going to go do? We got to go take out those highs.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already tested this halfback, and that was the sell off from the banks, which we sure not had. I mean, we sure not had that sell off right here. This day was not supposed to be the sell off day, and I think that's why they're going to go back up here and fix that. You know, we could run as high as this high right here, Dobbs. Look how it matches up. That's literally when this whole bank thing came out right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be the squeeze until Friday right there. And it's the contract changing. And have we ever seen, like, usually the contract changing is usually priced downward because they're covering from the highs. So are they covering from the lows is the issue? Are they taking profit from this sell up here? And this is a three months right here.
Yeah, could be.
They're definitely going to take profit of this. And if they bought the 6 months, right? 6 months would be what? November? October.
No.
This will be October right here, 6 months.
I think they sell it off into 33. I could be wrong, but
3,300?
No, 39, 33.
Let's see what it does. I mean, we set up for a reason, right?
Sell high, buy low, and we're at the high. So if we're at the high, we expect to pull back to halfback.
Yeah, it's got that scenario.
And halfback is 33. So
it's all keen on this price right here. This is the price that we got to be very cautious of. That price right there. And whatever it does at that price, we don't care about the 200 moving average because we're above it. But say that we get to this price and we start rejecting it into this data,
it's still running.
It could do this big move right here.
It ain't stopped. They're still running it.
It's still running up.
Yep. It's up to 56, almost 57.
Yeah, 56. That don't make any sense right there.
Going straight for the high.
That's the halfback right there. That's this halfback.
Yeah, it's a 4-hour halfback right there.
It's a day. This ain't 4 hours. 4 hours.
I'm looking at a 4-hour. There's a 4-hour there too.
Yeah, we damn traded above it right now. Look.
Mm-hmm.
This is the high right now, 84. And we didn't hit this high today neither.
Mm-mm.
Got close to it. Got close to it yesterday. So it's probably going up there since we swept it twice. And look how that's looking, Dobbs. And we talked about that W pattern that was doing.
Yeah.
They're gonna move it up and they're gonna sell the high. That's all you could really think of.
Right, because we know they sold here a big wick, but they've been selling here though.
Well, that was the Dobbs. That was the banks. So maybe.
But look at your bottom wicks though. Right here.
Double.
They're buying. They're buying. So they're doing both. We know they're doing both. They're buying and selling.
But that wick at the end of the day is bananas. Look, this is.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
They're injecting the market not to let us sell off that.
Right.
No.
It's a low, high.
It's nothing you can do about it. All you could do is go with the flow.
No, you can't. That play right there is probably just about impossible to get into unless you're
Yeah, that
chasing.
play at the end of the day, like
If you're
even if I
chasing,
go,
yeah.
let's go on a 2 minute.
Yeah, you might
This,
be able to get to it on a 2-3 minute.
nah, look at this thing.
I mean, it showed the low, yeah, but it showed low, high, halfback, sweet, low, high if you was waiting on it. But it's pretty quick, 3 minutes.
This literally happened from
Yeah.
5:15. It changed direction. You're not long down here, so maybe here, high, low, halfback.
And
Right
maybe
here,
once it gets above
breaks
this
heat.
low, once it gets above this low right here, it's go time.
Yeah.
Remember, sweet,
Sweet and
reclaim is the
reclaim.
check.
Well, I did that earlier at that 26. It swept under, came back up, and then failed under. I was like, this is gonna go down to the.
But look, 1, 2, 3. What happens after 3?
The pop. Go back for liquidity. It's very dangerous what they did.
So I mean, I see why they did it. I mean, I see scenarios of why they did it.
I think they did it save the market.
But it was after 3, the number 3.
Yeah, that and another thing is that remember if you're selling this and it's past 1,500 and we go above 1,500, like this price right here, this is inside our range. If we're back inside the range, this is going the opposite direction.
Yep, that's what they did.
If it's continuation, we should not be going above inside the range again.
Nope.
So once we made this low down here, that is your key.
Yep.
At A, if we're gonna keep on trading under, we should not go above that range. So when it came down here and it
should have tested it, came down, came through it, tested, and should have rolled over.
Yeah. It should have done this and then came above.
Right.
And another key is like, even though how I set up is a little bit different than anything, here goes a little thing for, I guess, for the bank right here. So how I set up off that 1,300 candle, it was a sell. Everything was saying sell at the same time. Big candle too. Big 30-minute candle. Right? This sets sell right here.
Yep.
So if you miss that play, you're selling in this candle and you're risking this high. So it's 32, 37. Do you get 10 points on this candle?
Selling on that candle too.
Yeah, so you could sell on this candle as well. And right here, you had another candle to sell on. Now, when it gets below.
But did you get your 5-10 points? I think you got more.
Yeah, you get way more. This candle was humongous, so you were going to get 5 or 10 points. So you have to work on your entries.
Yep.
The thing with this scenario down here, when it came down here, another thing that you could do is say that take halfback of that. If we're trading above a certain halfback and you're selling above that halfback, like this is halfback right here, right? And we're selling above this halfback, right? We're like, yo, this isn't going to go up. And this is your risk right here, the 21, whatever. If you're selling above it and price goes above and holds this 13, you better get out of this. Or you take your stop right here, but you should be selling on a pop. Like if it's popping up, you're selling above that halfback. That's a true pullback. So right here, this is you selling up here. You're selling up here because we're above 13. You're not selling the low, you're selling here. Right here is perfect sells. Why? Because you could use that as a risk. So right here, when you sold up here, you got 17 on this candle, you get 12, 10, 10. So you got 5 points right here. Now, you see the scenario, we went above 13. If you had other orders in here, more than one, and you see this go above 13, you're getting out. As it looked right here, it looked like it was going to come down and sell off. But they have different plans for this. Because this candle and this, look, this is like a flip right here, Dobbs. Look at this. This looked like this should have been this way, and they flipped it. So there's no high, low, halfback here. I mean, you could take this high and that low and maybe, but realistically, what they did was flip the market completely right there, so it doesn't sell off. See, look, right there. High, low, right? Halfback. We were failing it, and then boom, all of a sudden they're taking it off the other direction. So, it's also end of day. But we have scenarios where if it went above this price, you shouldn't be in this. And it's the same scenario. You see how it held that 50% and then came back up. And then it came down here and was failing 50% and failed it again. So it looked like it was going to sell off, but You can't predict what the market's gonna do. You just go with what it is and react to what it's doing, and you can't be mad at what it did. So even if you lost on that play, you got out at the moving average. You got out because it's above halfback. You're definitely out once you break this high up here. And it's a loss, but it's a small loss. You're not letting this. You're not adding to this as it's going upward. Maybe you're taking it along above Stangem line, but not. You're not adding to it. Don't add to your headache.
Nope.
All right, Dobbs, that's about it. We'll see what it does tomorrow.
That's about it.
Right now, we're looking very bullish into the close. We'll see how Asia does. Asia usually continues to play. And then into midnight, we'll see what they do. And London's closed as well.
Yeah. You caught me off guard. I wasn't ready.
You hit me yesterday like, bam, we're done.
It caught me off guard. I'm like, no, John's going to keep rambling. He's going to keep rambling.
Yesterday he cut me off. You're like, bam, we're done.
Bam, we done. Boom.
Like, we done. Cut you off. I was like, okay. I went with it.
So what's the play tonight? What are we expecting?
Probably continuation into Asia.
Continue up.
Our Asia range.
Pull back.
Yeah, we're gonna use the Asia range to see where we lay at right now.
Do they just go, or do we get a pullback?
That's a big candle, Dobbs. You seen that 1500 candle, right?
Oh no, it's kind of hard for me to go with that.
Wow, look at it. It looks like a pullback to halfback, to tell you the truth. From where is that?
They love buying the halfback, so it's usually where the buys are, at halfback, not at the highs. We don't buy the highs, so I can't go with the high. So that's just me personally.
This is a big range, and we
that's how I roll.
And we expect this because of all these contracts coming to an end, that it's literally going to create that scenario.
Still very volatile. Keep with MES. B, if you're going to trade ES, you better be strategic. You better be pinpoint on your entry. Or,
scalp it. Scalp. Don't hold past too long.
On ES, you could probably scalp it every $250. Get out. It's 5 points.
And this range is insane, Dobbs. That range is super insane right now. I say we return down. I think we're going to the lows. Definitely. The reason I say that is because that down there, I think it's going to return.
So midnight might be at halfback this time then? Maybe
right here, we ain't got no halfback test right here at all. So 30 minutes is probably a big candle. We never look at that 30-minute candle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right here looks very prime right here. Wait, right here. Right here. Let's mark that little area. Let's put fibs on it and see where it lays at. Right there, Dobbs. Oh my God. Look where it lays at. I mean, right there. I could see that happening into midnight at least. That looks very interesting.
That's that 33 area. I said you'll have to hold 24 to 30 area.
We're still in this range. That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
Kind of still consolidating. Really haven't broke out yet. Either way.
Doing some. I don't know what it's doing. Swept the high. Been at this low not that long.
Still in Friday's range though. And what do we have? We had high, low, halfback, sweep. So maybe they're just pausing, trying to get orders in. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, if you take it for where it is, this is literally the sell up here. I mean, this is, but we've been bouncing off the same price for like 3 days now. Very dangerous double bottom down here. Let's see what it does.
Even the dog says.
It says time.
Time to roll. Y'all know the disclaimer. Stangem trading, knowing where price is headed is our edge. We know how the market moves. If you don't know, come check us out. We'll help you out. Risk and disclosures. Risk of loss in trading securities, options, futures, forex, and commodities can be substantial and are not suitable for all investors. You must consider all relevant risk factors, including your own personal financial situation before trading. Do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. You assume all risk of any and all financial investments you make personally because, what is it, John? We don't tell people where to buy or sell.
Nope.
And that's a fact.
Got so many time passed by. Don't know why I'm losing my mind. Ego was so strong inside. At this point I just lived a lie. I just lived a lie. I wish I could tell you why. I wish I could feel you again, but I know it's too late, and I know you're away. There's no chance to apologize, no, no, no. It's a goodbye, just a goodbye. Forever and ever, you'll never come back. Just a goodbye, forever goodbye. I sit in my ride, think about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose, thinking about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I sit in my so many time passed by. I saw you last time. This is my last ride. I wish we're gonna see us on the other side. This is my last ride. On the other side. It's a goodbye, just a goodbye. Forever and ever, you never come back. Just a goodbye, forever goodbye. I sit in my about you.